Hi Marijke, how are you?
Good, thanks, Tanya. And yourself?
Very good, thank you. I'm here with Marijke de Bever Price here today. And Marijke, you've worked for the last 23 years as a secondary school teacher.
I have. I have, absolutely.
And so what is it that you've really enjoyed about all the years of teaching?
There's a myriad of things that I've enjoyed about teaching. The fact that I've been able to learn so much about who I am. I've developed relationship with the people that I've worked with, not only my colleagues, but also the students, and really the dynamics between a teacher and the students is you couldn't get any better, really. Developing the relationships, learning from them as much as, hopefully from you too. And just the diversity of the subjects that you can potentially teach. The opportunities for, and I think I said before, professional development. There are always great programs the Education Department develop that you can take on. The potential for ongoing professional development, postgraduate certificates and whatnot, so that you're always growing as a professional.
That's important, isn't it? Just to make sure your skills are up to date and actually working on yourself, developing yourself so you can help others.
And also, to use those skills that you develop in developing programs within a school environment and contributing as part of a team, and in that, there's such wonderful collegial relationships develop, and it's nice to be at the forefront of innovation, even though it's within a school environment, but it's a really nice thing to do.
It's fantastic. And so with every career, every job, there's a bit of a downside, or the things that are not so fantastic. What would you like to share with the audience about maybe what's not so great about education?
Actually, there isn't a lot, I don't think, that is really bad about education, particularly if you're quite a positive person and want to get as much out of your profession as you possibly can. But I guess and most teachers will probably agree with me, is the report writing time. But if that's the only thing that's bad, because it can be quite stressful, I don't think there's a hell of a lot that's really bad about teaching.
Fantastic.
I've enjoyed the time of the being at the forefront of development, but also developing relationships with the students. They're the best. It's working with the kids.
Fantastic.
It's really the best.
So let's talk a little bit more about you. What's been your journey into education? Like, how did you start out from school? Did you always know that you wanted to be a teacher, and that's what you did?
It's interesting. I did at the age of 15 want to be a teacher, but life's journey didn't lead me down that path. And other things, I began doing other things like clerical and secretarial work and working in the fitness industry, and then I thought, well, I better do something useful with my life, and something that was really meaningful. So I thought, and having children, I thought, teaching would be a good thing to do, because they're on holidays when and I'll be on holidays when they're on holidays, and I thought that was good. So and because I was so much into fitness, and I had a real passion for writing. I loved English. I thought, maybe I could do English and PE as a teaching mode. But there was also a love for the outdoors, because I was always in the guiding, and I always loved the outdoors. And within PE, I could do outdoor recreation. So it just ticked all the boxes for me. And so as a mature age person, in my mid-30s, with two young children, I decided I'd do a 4-year degree, full-time.
Okay, well done.
It wasn't... It was a day at a time. But still, it was so inspiring. And to be with young people aiming for the same things, it was a nice experience.
Fantastic.
It was a great journey.
And so you've pretty much been able to marry that the love of English with the outdoors, with the helping people, professional development. it ticks all the boxes.
Absolutely, and you know, and even I've been able to use English in the outdoors, you know, with poetry and just for students to listen and listen to themselves, but also to their environment, you know, and put that down on paper. It's great, and you know, and with education, there are just so many possibilities. Yeah, there really are.
So if a young person came to you and said, Marijke, I'm really interested in getting into education, what would be your advice? Where do I start and what should I do? What would you say?
Well, for me, I just initially, in those days, I just approached the college and said, this is what I want to do. And I sat an interview, but that was as a mature age. You can actually access degrees. Well, initially you get your advice from your career teacher in the school, and you can also get that externally as well. There are career consultants that will send you in the right direction. You usually get application forms from the school anyway. So, and start that journey that way.
Yeah, so it's a Bachelor of Education.
It is a Bachelor of Education, and schools actually do take students out to universities to have a look around, and they get a lot of career advice at universities as well. They're handed lots of pamphlets and things. If most schools do that sort of thing.
And so now you're thinking of going down the path of creating your own business, which is going to combine all those skills and all that experience.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's really exciting, and you know, with having those basic skills, the teaching skills, there are, you know, so many other options once you become confident in what you're doing and you obtain that level of competencies. Then, you know, the world is your oyster. Bottom line.
So you're looking at developing an outdoor wilderness retreat camp type business.
From home. But you know, going out to the corporate sector as well as working with people at risk and kids at risk and people who have got psychological, emotional, drug and alcohol issues as well. So, it's
combination of everything rolled into one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
I look forward to hearing all about the success in the near future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Marijke.
Thanks, Tanya.
Okay.